This is Chino Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping a foot on the what? The X. We keeping a foot on the what? The X. Now I have to talk about this. Robert Garcia, you get the biggest salute of the damn day because Robert Garcia knows he dealt with it with Floyd Mayweather, and he dealt with this shit with Errol Spence. Notice, Robert Garcia has a pattern. When he goes up against Errol fighters, he gets regressed down to his truest and his most properest levels. But at the same time, Robert Garcia, at the same time, is able to tell the truth about these Errol fighters. And what was the truth that Robert Garcia denoted here? What was the truth that he told? That Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence are what they are. Floyd Mayweather basically regressed Marcos Maidana. Notice, after Marcos Maidana's second fight, Marcos Maidana has not come back to boxing. People don't give Floyd Mayweather credit for that, but Floyd Mayweather has low-key retired Marcos Maidana. And Chino Sport is going to give Floyd Mayweather the ultimate, cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat telefaction credit for that. He low-key retired Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana has not returned since that Floyd Mayweather smashing. Then you have Errol Spence, another one of his fighters, Mikey Garcia. Now this smashing was not low-key at all. This smashing right here was obvious. Mikey Garcia, if you see him in his latest interviews, he looks like he's about 50 fucking years old. This is how Errol Spence has basically regressed this guy. This is how Errol Spence has basically put this guy back into his truest and his most properest levels. The bottom line is this. Errol Spence took 10 years off of Mikey Garcia's boxing career. And based on the way that I'm looking at Mikey Garcia recently, it looks like fucking 20. See, this is why Derek James said you don't go 12 rounds with the likes of Errol Spence. Why do you think Chino Sport calls Floyd Money Mayweather and Errol Spence Errol fighters? Because Errol fighters have one thing in common. They stand above the fray. Errol fighters stand above all delineation, all distinction, all separation, all golfing between them and their opponents. Errol fighters stand above the fray, i.e. Game of Thrones. They lord over their competition in their damn division. Floyd Mayweather, I'm going to say this again, because when has Marcos Maidana returned back to the ring since the Floyd Mayweather fight? It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, Those solar plex shots, they affected Marcos Maidana in ways that only Marcos Maidana could tell you. And you could see it. Go look at from the first to the second fight. Floyd systematically retired this guy. And he did this from a boxing standpoint, which is even more impressive. Errol Spence took the boxing life out of Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia has aged overnight right in front of our fucking eyes. And see, Robert Garcia, what I like about him is he's always honest. And Robert Garcia always tells the fucking truth. And the truth that Robert Garcia has realized here is that his fighter is no longer the same. Both of his fighters are no longer the same. Because you know why? They touch Errol fighters. This is why Chino Sport tells you guys what Richard Schaefer said. We left the Mayweather era and we ushered into the Spence era. There's a reason why Richard Schaefer said that, y'all. It's because Spence is that fucking dude. Spence is that guy that runs 147. But prior to him, it was Floyd Money Mayweather. These were the guys extraordinaire that ran their weight classes, ran their divisions, and dominated the sport of boxing like nobody's business. That's why you got to give respect to Floyd Money Mayweather. That's why you got to give respect to Errol Spence. This is why Chino Sport, as the standard bearer and the trendsetter he is on YouTube, and he tells you guys, Errol fighters. There's a reason why they call them Errol fighters, because they do Errol things. And what Errol Spence and Floyd Mayweather did is both of them systematically retired Robert Garcia's best prize fighters. That is a feat that is impressive on top of impressive on top of impressive. Once again, that's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, that's the cutthroat telefaction. When we look at Floyd Mayweather, when we look at Errol Spence, they both get the biggest salute of the fucking day. This is Chino Sport. Check it out.